Conformity Antidote, melting one snowflake at a time. Get ready to be triggered.
Run, little snowflakes, run.
Weeks.
Hello, welcome
Hello.
back to Conformity Antidote. Did you scare yourself again?
I almost. I made this new intro and stuff. It's just I don't know what it's like. It's like a surprise when the camera comes on. It's like bloop.
It does take a little bit getting used to.
Yes.
But welcome back, and welcome to our new setup. This table is a little rickety, so if you see stuff moving, we're gonna fix that. But we like to say thank you for joining us, and hi to Miss Jackie back there. Yeah, she's waving. And so I apologize for all the back and forth of our start time, because we went back and forth. But
Well, and a lot of that had to do with me.
Yes,
and
it
had to
did.
do it, and it was because of the weather. For those of us around here, we were going to do Saturday night, and the weather on Saturday night was terrible. So I apologize, but it won't happen again. We're already gearing up for contingency plans for the future. We're working on our Super Bowl weekend show, which we'll talk more about probably at the end of this show or next week.
next week probably.
But yeah. So sorry about that, but welcome.
Yes, I actually had to drive my son to a potty in that snow.
Oh,
I'm like, and I had to go back roads because his friend lives out in Egypt, out in the Union Bridge.
Union Bridge.
Dicks.
Oof.
But anyway, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we're gonna just get on with
Getting on.
All right, so I think we're going to. Oh, let's go back to the favorites.
Yep.
All right, and we're going to kick off with. Oh, there was something. Hold on.
Was there any other
Yeah,
announcements
there was
we need to
something
make?
else I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was. I apologize because I got a little flustered because I came down here a half hour early. You know, when we set the show up and get all the technology working, and it was just thing, and I was like throwing a little hissy, but we're good.
We're here now.
We're in here now.
Yes.
So I thought there was one more announcement.
Well, think about it. If we can always make the announcement at the end of the show
yes.
before we sign out.
I know what it was.
What?
So just no. Well, actually, I'll say something at the end of the show.
Okay.
All right. So let's go
Okay.
ahead and kick off with the news.
That sounds weird. Oh, shucky. Shaniqua. Oh, Godzilla. And speaking of Godzilla,
Oh, karaoke.
karaoke.
They always karaoke.
Oh yeah, they do. They love karaoke.
Yes.
I tell you, speaking of Godzilla, we saw the trailer for the new Godzilla movie coming up this summer, and it looks awesome. What's that? You a little cold, a little hot?
No, my stuff's fogging up.
Oh,
Oof. I got a.
he's getting steamy.
I got a summer. I'm having a summer over here. It's because of my little hissy fit earlier. I'm a little steamy. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Godzilla's going to be an awesome movie. It doesn't,
You got that right.
I mean, I don't really care what you even put in it. It's got Godzilla. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, this new version of Godzilla, not that Matthew Broderick crap that they came out with at the beginning of 2000. Oh, what a pile of garbage!
That was crap.
But I tell you what, the one that came out a couple years ago, that was good. I love the new Godzilla. So
Right.
Anyway, Kazura.
Okay, I'm sorry. My thing.
He's making adjustments. I gotta adjust too, but
I'm just not under the table.
where's that? Where's the little? Oh,
Here.
Oh,
So we got so. You all right? So like air escaping. Okay.
I got lightheaded for laughing like that.
You all right?
Oof. No, I'm having a summer.
Miss Jackie, can you turn that one up a little bit?
That one.
That needs to be a little bit.
Number
So,
one.
yeah, go to.
Number one.
No, that's not
Desktop audio. Is that it?
It. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's not it. Go down, right. Go down some more.
So anyway, we
down
really
some
like
more.
welcoming
right.
you all to our show today.
Hit that.
If anybody watched the football game
Go to the right
that
there.
was on
Take that
earlier
up a little bit.
and saw the Rams sneak one out against
There
the
you go.
Saints,
Woo!
which Saints should have won that game.
Saints
But
should have
the-
won that
but
game. If
the
anybody was
umpires-
watching.
the refs gave that one to the Rams.
Oh.
I will admit, I was rooting for the Rams, but I will admit the refs gave that game to the Rams.
And it wasn't a slight missed
No,
call.
it was big missed call.
It was blatant as the nose on his face.
This face.
That nose, that face.
Fair.
All right.
So let's go back to the news. We already did our little drum roll.
Yes.
So-
okay. You know, unfortunately, it seems like we have a death to announce every.
I know every week.
Every week.
I know, but it's a shame.
It is a shame, but so this today we have to announce the passing of Carol Channing at the age of 97.
But you know, like 97 is like
Yeah.
she lived a long, good life.
She did.
Yes.
Now, if anybody doesn't know who Carol Channing is, she kind of talked like this.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and she had that little.
She was in Hello Dolly.
Yes.
The I think it's the movie and the Broadway musical. I think.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Oh,
I
no,
know she's in the movie.
Hello Dolly was Barbara Streisand, I thought, in that one.
I thought it was What's New Pussycat.
Oh. Or was that what was that where she played the man Jew?
Yentl.
Yenta.
Yenta. All right. So
But yes.
unfortunately, Carol Channing. But I like Tex said, she lived to 97. I mean, how much longer you want to go?
Right. I mean,
So-
that's most of us, like me, I'll be lucky to be here for another 10 years. So 97 is that's a long
Plenty
life.
for you.
Yeah. And she was
Bam.
she was really big, especially on Broadway.
Yeah,
She was big, and she
I
was-
don't know, like for the last 30 years, where she was.
Yeah. Well, I think she
Probably
still did
recluse.
some, but I think she was getting older, you know. But anyway. But we'll miss you, Carol.
Yes, Carol
Carol
Channing.
chatting. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I remember.
Hello,
back-
Miss Vivian.
Hello, Miss Vivian.
Miss Vivian is a diehard
Yes,
fan.
she is.
And we love Miss Vivian.
Through thick or thin, whether we're on Saturdays, Sundays, no matter what, Vivian's here.
She's there.
Yep.
She's my cousin. And, this really has nothing to do with the show, but
Okay.
sometime I want to talk to you about my father.
Okay.
I didn't have a good relationship with my father.
Right.
She knew my father in the later years when I guess he was different, maybe nicer. I don't want to down him or anything else, but I just want to talk to her to kind of see who he was, what was going on. So,
Okay.
all right.
Well,
So, Miss Vivian, sometime I'm gonna hit you up,
that's nice.
have a little discussion. I'd like to take her out for coffee, but unfortunately, she's in Texas.
We'll get fly down to Texas and,
Well, I can do
take her
that.
out for coffee.
I could,
And then fly back.
That's a little bit of a haul for a cup of coffee.
They might have a
Well, maybe if I go to Starbucks, it might make it worth it.
Right-
since
right at the
I
airport.
Spend $4.
yeah, right at the airport. You can do Starbucks right at the airport, and then that way you don't.
Yeah. All right.
So
So rest in peace, Carol Channing.
yes, rest in peace, Carol.
Now, next piece of news. This one I love. And this is Miss Gladys Knight, minus the Pips. The Pips aren't going to be there. Look at how attractive she is. And what is she? She's like in her What is she like
She's
in
gotta
the
be
mid
like-
60s?
I know, well,
Maybe 70?
I think she's older than that. I think she's got to be in her. I think she's close to late 60s, early 70s.
She looks good. But so all the BS with these freaking flaming liberal, freaking snowflake rat bastards.
Don't hold back. This.
Okay, you might want to.
Yikes! I can't hear now. Boy, that was a little loud. I don't know how they came across to our audience, but it sounded like they're
Let's
like.
try it.
Right, that's a little.
Okay. It's got a little bit of a delay, but that's all right. But in the microphones, it was loud as crap.
It like literally blew our eardrums out.
I know. Tex and I almost got some flashbacks, and
I know. Almost went under the table.
yeah, no. Okay.
Incoming! Get some! Or get some!
There you go. A little bit of delay. No, let's get some. Okay, we got a major delay on this. It's something I want to work on. I don't. The son of a.
You know what? Probably like 5 minutes into our next presentation, it's gonna start doing sound effects.
All right.
We'll just have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, that's like. I love sheep. You're gonna have to hit it before you tell the joke. Okay. So, Miss Gladys Knight.
Miss Gladys Knight.
So all this bullshit about the Super Bowl, and remember, because there was this big thing about Maroon 5 and about them doing the halftime, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing the halftime because they didn't hire Colin Kaepernick." So then Maroon 5 had all those others to find somebody to perform with them at halftime. Well, with Gladys Knight, she is going to do the national anthem. And some people were giving her crap about, performing for the NFL. So I'm going to read some stuff. So this is what Miss Knight said. Excuse me.
Did she belch it before she did
I don't think she did. She goes, look. She goes, I understand that Mr. Kaepernick is protesting two things, and they are police violence and injustice. It is unfortunate that our national anthem has been dragged into this debate when the distinctive senses of the national anthem and fighting for justice should stand alone, or each stand alone. She goes, I'm here today on Sunday, February 3rd, to give the anthem back its voice. You go, girl. To stand for that historic choice of words, the way it unites us when we hear it, and to free it from the same prejudices and struggles I have fought long and hard for all my life. From walking back hallways, from marching with our social leaders, from using my voice for good, I have been in the forefront of this battle longer than most of those voicing their opinions now. You daggone right she has, little bastards. So, no matter who chooses to deflect with this narrative and continue to mix these two in the same message, it is not so and cannot be made so by anyone speaking it. I pray that this national anthem will bring us all together in the way never before witnessed, and we can move forward and untangle these truths which mean so much to all of us.
Amen.
Amen, sister.
Yes, sister.
Mic drop.
Okay, we don't have a mic drop thing. Bam.
Bam. We got
Let's
the
see.
little boing, don't we? Bam. We missed the boing.
We missed
Bam.
We're having all kind of problem.
Anyway.
Okay, but the thing about it is, so she's like, look, it's two separate things, and her thing is, why is the national anthem being dragged into all this crap? Two separate things you want to fight, separate the two. The national anthem stands as it stands. the injustice crap or whatever, still the injustice crap is bullshit. But anyway, because you weren't talking about that when little kids in the inner city were getting shot up every 5 seconds. Yeah, they still are, and you didn't say squat about that, you asshole. That's Kaepernick. No, this is not.
Well, see, that's. I think that's the big gist. It's not necessarily like the. I think they're getting on her being a black woman singing the national anthem. Correct. And they're like, you shouldn't be doing that because it's. It's like they're like, okay, well, anybody that's singing the national anthem, you're against Colin Kaepernick. And when did that happen? Okay, he has absolutely nothing. All right, people, you need to get through your thick skull. Colin Kaepernick is not coming back to the NFL. He dug his grave. He ostracized himself. He chose to take the position he took. He ostracized himself. It's not going to happen. You got those bitches like Amy Schumer and all that other stuff trying to come out and, they're shaming. They're actually bullying people from going, playing in the Super Bowl and stuff like that.
Yep.
One of the rappers that they got like two rappers. I'm not sure exactly. I don't want to get their names confused, so I'll just say the one. They were giving him a lot of shit for performing at the halftime show.
Yep.
And he came out and said, look. He said, I went and spoke to Roger Goodell, who's an asshole, but I went and spoke to Roger Goodell, and I spoke to them on the NFL office and about performing, and they guaranteed that they were going to go donate money to a program that he was involved with. And he said, you know what? He says, you're doing that. He says, it's for the inner city or whatever. I'll do your show. So, that's all it took. How simple was that? And they're still giving him shit, saying, well, they need to do more. Well, how much more? Kaepernick is not coming back.
And why would you not be against Kaepernick? Let me explain something if anybody doesn't know. Okay, when Kaepernick, he got benched because he sucked, because he was bad. Kaepernick opted out of the last year of his contract, so he could have stayed in the NFL another year and still made his base salary, which was like, I forget what, $5
million or something.
Some million. He opted out of that contract and left. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the thing he wants to talk about police injustice and also other bullcrap, which statistics do not support that, but fine. But then he comes out with like, and I don't want to talk about him, but I want everybody to be sure that, or be sure about why we don't support his dumbass. He comes out with socks that represented cops as pigs. And he walks out in a interview with the Fidel Castro T-shirt, who has some of the worst human rights violations on the planet. He's like Idi Amin of Cuba. I mean, he's slaughtering people left and right. And then when they asked about him, he's like, "Oh, I admire the man for some stuff that he's done." What?
Like what stuff?
Killing people?
Yeah.
You dumbass.
Killing other citizens.
So anyway. There's plenty of other stuff. He's donated to this woman, or given to this woman who's in South Africa, who's running away, who was a cop killer. She was to stand trial. She ran. So you know what? Colin, kiss my ass.
Well, this is my thing, and those of us that live in the D.C. metropolitan area know this, and it's like, okay, you're talking about all of this injustice that's going on, and and it's now, I guess, to try to smooth things over, he's talking about black on black crime, and it's like, we have yet to hear of anything you're doing for at least Baltimore and D.C. As a matter of fact, D.C. just had their 15th murder already, and we're only 20 days into, or 19 days into 2019.
Yeah.
They've almost had almost many murders as their days of the new year so far. So, and we don't hear anything about this movement that you're doing. You're supposedly doing all this. So put your money.
Black Lives Matter.
I always sit there and say that.
No, Black Lives Matter's not over here doing anything.
I always sit there and say this. Put your money where your mouth is. You've got people, other star athletes, and I'm going to say one in particular, Kevin Durant, who's from Prince George's County, who's with the Golden State Warriors, who actually, during the off season, comes back and gives back to the community. He goes to youth centers down in that area and helps out. He actually gives money back into the community. You hear about that. Colin,
nothing.
I don't hear anything.
No.
I hear nothing coming out of you other than you making Nike commercials so you can continue to put money in your bank account.
Correct.
Just like these other celebrities that are talking about the Super Bowl and stuff, and they know more about football. They know as much about football as they do astronomy. How the distance between Neptune and Jupiter, you stank hoe. I won't watch any more movies. She's done pissed me off that much.
Who?
That Amy Schumer.
Who
bitch.
watches her dumbass anyway?
And she was from Towson, and she was from Maryland, and she had to sit there and open her mouth, and then she's all this, and she's this whole man. She's bashing men and all this other stuff. We're gonna get into that later.
Yeah. So again, going back to Gladys Knight,
But I love her.
I love her too. She's trying to do the right thing. She's doing the right thing, the normal, the thing that she should be doing, that has nothing to do with any of this bullshit.
Well, and I think, and another thing too, and I love Gladys Knight, and I think it's going to be an awesome rendition of the national anthem. I don't know if it'll beat Whitney. Whitney's a hard one to compete.
No, I'm sorry, nobody's gonna. touch Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney. That was awesome. But my thing is too, they announced other performers for the pregame of the Super Bowl. And nobody's making a stink about that. And I think there's some pretty liberal performers that are doing the, how they have the concert leading up before the game, out in front of the stadium. Nobody's saying shit about that. They're just giving Maroon 5 and the rapper guys and Gladys Knight shit for doing it. But no, now all of a sudden these people, it's all right to do it before the game. And you know why? Also, Pepsi's paying them money. So, it's like, they're like, oh, well, as long as you want that money. I said it'd take me a while to get used to that.
Yeah, we're going to fix that.
But anyway, that's funny, though.
It's a huge delay.
Right.
So.
But I love, way to go, Gladys. We need to give her some claps.
Yeah. And so, okay, let's move on. She's doing the right thing, and she explained it beautifully as to what she's doing and why she's doing it.
Right.
That's all you need. If that's not good enough for any of them who cares what they think?
Who cares?
Go F yourself.
Right.
Seriously.
They're going to watch the game anyway.
I mean that.
Like, they're going to watch the game anyway. The ones that are opening their mouth and saying stuff, they ain't going to watch the game. Yeah. Oh, look, he hit a home run. Yay! Home run. I got your home run right here. How about if I give you a penalty kick right in the old whiz-wang? There. And in case you're wondering, there's no penalty kicks.
Right now, what?
Whiz-wang. That's what I said. We're going to be in a story like 5 minutes later. The sound effects going to come up.
We're going to fix that. That's all right. Anyway, moving on.
Uh-oh.
Moving on. I bet I don't have her. I bet I don't have it.
Oh. We'll just do the...
Right. We're talking about your friend and mine, our favorite lady.
That's cousins, girl.
Miss Nancy batshit crazy Pelosi.
Ooh. Who, me?
Or this one. All right, anyway. So, Nancy Pelosi, again, she's in the middle of crap again. So, of course, I love the fact that she was going to go to the Middle East, and Trump's like, nope, you ain't going. You want to go? Take a commercial flight, skank. But anyway, the thing I wanted to bring her up just real quick about, because I don't want to spend any time on her dumbass, is the State of the Union address. And she's banging and banging on Trump not to do the State of the Union address, to put it back, push it back a couple weeks. Well, she says until the shutdown is over. All right. So Trump just came out again. He's like, okay, look, I want the money for the wall. Here's what I got. I will extend for another 3 years the 700,000 DACA residents. He said, I'll sign it another 3 years until we can figure something out for immigration reform. Democrats, including her stupid ass, said, no. He's like, what? Because her and her dumbass, like Chuck Schumer and these other dumbasses, keep talking about, well, let's build up the the legal port locations. And Trump's like, dude, okay, you can put all the equipment and everything else you want in there when you can just go drive 5 miles and there's no fence.
And they just walk across.
What's that going to do? What's it called? Legal ports? Legal ports. Yeah. He's like, it's not going to do anything when they can just drive 5 miles and then cross the border with no problem. You idiot. So anyway, she wants to push back the State of the Union address. Trump's probably going to be like, screw you, I'm not going to push it back.
Yeah, she has some control over that, but it's going to be very hard because I think that's actually written down in
it is
law.
It is
about
law.
The president's supposed to give it like the third week in January.
But she's like, oh, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So it has to do with that. It has to do, she wants to get rid of the Electoral College, which helped them out before. But then Hillary lost because of it. Now they want to get rid of it. It's a whole show.
She's got her own, right now, she's got her own stuff that she's got to worry about. Not only is she dealing with Trump, but I guess the liberal wing of her party is also really going after her and Schumer big time, and Bernie Sanders, all those old guys, those young, hey, just sit back and watch it all happen. You got your girl.
You thought they were liberal enough.
You got your girl Ocasio-Cortez is really her and her friends are are really going hot and heavy for her. So just stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a shit show. Now, so wait till 2020. We'll sit back and watch this show because it's going to be right. Jacked.
But the sad part is I think the unintended consequence, unintended victims of this whole thing on both sides is the actual people that work for the government that are suffering right now. Not all, but there's some are still working and not getting any paychecks or whatever.
Yeah, like TSA and stuff.
Well, and you got Secret Service. They were actually showing because Secret Service isn't getting paid now either, and they have to work. And they have a picture. I don't know if you saw it, where President Bush went out and was giving them pizza. he was like ordered pizza for
President
him.
Bush?
Yeah.
His detail.
Right. His Secret Service detail because they're not getting paid right now. So he was out there he did this, just this effort, to kind of gave them like pizza or whatever, and they're all like sitting around eating pizza. But I mean, you hear a lot the fight between the Democrats and the president or whatever. But the people that are losing out are the ones that work for them.
It is. So
we hope we get it done soon, but we get it done right.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily saying, maybe the $5 billion might be a little bit much, but the Democrats can definitely the Democrats have always been pushing for the border wall, so they're full of shit too. Yeah. So
because it does cost $126 billion with all the services that are all illegals.
Yes.
So you take $5 million of that or $5 billion, and you can reduce the number that come in. You can probably take that 126, probably reduce it down to.
Yeah,
whatever.
And the last thing I want to say is you get these people are marching in the street this weekend. We didn't have that on there, but they had like the second annual women's march or whatever, and I saw a bunch of people with signs that said, no borders, we need love, no borders, whatever. It's like, okay, everybody that has that, do you have a fence in your yard? If you do have a fence in your yard, you need to remove it. Take it down. Remove all. These people that are saying this, take all your fences down. If you have a fence around your yard, if you live in a gated community, take it down or move. You need to go out to where the people are. Why don't you? Oh, because there's crime.
Or leave your door unlocked, because just let it and come on in. Come on in and have a stay.
So, little
hypocrisy?
Yes.
Imagine that.
So,
hey,
but I like it. It's like, I think there was one who was they asked her, they're like, well, do you have a fence around your yard? It's like, yeah, well, I live in a high crime area. I'm concerned about crime. And it's like, well, what do you think? Now, we know not everybody that's coming across the border is a criminal, but I'll tell you what, there are quite a few of them.
There's enough. And so you want to let them in, but yet you don't live at, like, say, these border towns,
right?
That these other people, you just let them come right in. I mean, they had all these illegals like just walking through the streets, and it's like
and walking through this
holy
guy's.
crap! What the hell?
When they had the one guy that they were in his backyard, they rummaged his barn.
Yeah,
he had like a farm, and they ransacked his barn as they were moving through the place. It's like, oh, we was just posted there and say, oh, okay, and wave at him. Welcome to the United States. I'll go out there.
Take whatever you want.
I'll go out there with my statue, like Klinger on MASH. I'll go out there and dress up my Statue of Liberty outfit with my.
I'll go out.
No. How about this?
That's right.
All right.
Claymore. So anyway,
that was about right. That was pretty good. Click.
click. All right,
click. All right,
Nancy, plus you, colossal failure.
Yes, and I'm sure we'll be talking about her many more times this year.
Bet we will.
Yes.
And last for our news is the Senator Kevin Parker.
I love this.
Yeah, this is.
I do.
This is rich. So Kevin Parker, he's a senator from New York. He represents like the Brooklyn district. So he's like, you know what, in New York, well.
Now real quick, he's not a U.S. senator, he's a senator, New York State senator?
Yes, state senator. So he's like, oh, guess what? So you want to talk about gun control and this, that, and the other. So he's like, it's him and some other dumbasses have got together on this. So he's like, here's what I want to present. I want to present a bill that would mandate that prior to the delivery of any rifle or shotgun. Now, usually shotgun's not involved with this stuff.
No, rifles and shotguns are not.
Right.
It's usually
handguns. But he's going after the rifles and shotguns, which tells you that handguns are already involved in this, or they're already included. Prior to the delivery of any rifle or shotgun sold by a licensed dealer to any person, blah, 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 the purchaser shall consent to have his or her social media accounts and search history reviewed and investigated by the police authority of that locality. The legislation says cops should check out 3 years of activity on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and also includes 3 years of Google, Yahoo, and Bing searches. All right? So, I want all you to look at all my social. I'm going to give you all my passwords to look, because otherwise, how you going to get at my social accounts?
Right.
So, I'm going to give you my passwords. Oh, that's what it was. He's talking about. Yeah, give us your social accounts.
Yeah, and you'd have to give your IP address in order for them to even doing Bing searches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what's the purpose of that anyway?
Yeah. So you're gonna have some dumb. I mean, no, I love the police. But you're gonna have some little snot-nosed punk police that just came off the bench and looking into my stuff. Wow.
Well, not only that.
I don't think so.
Well, not only that, but a lot of these departments, because I like what he said, the police authority of the locality. Okay, so you've got somebody that's up in upstate New York, okay, and they got a police department of like 2.
Yeah,
they have a hard enough time, doing what they need to do, let alone getting all these people applying, wanting a gun, and have to go sift through everybody's freaking social media account.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a sheriff or a cop up there, I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me. I'd just be like, there you go. Which will happen anyway. They'll just end up there signing them off. Here you go.
What he's going to do is going to do what we're doing today. They're going to run a background check on you. They're going to see your criminal history, this and the other, or any mental stage you've had in a mental hospital, and that's it. They're not going to want to go through, or they're going to have, like Texas, they're going to have time to go through all your accounts,
right?
Your search history, really. All this guy wants to do is he wants to eliminate guns, because he knows if this, personally, I don't think it's ever going to pass.
No.
But if it did,
as a matter of fact,
then everything would be in piles of paperwork, and it's not going to happen.
A matter of fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that I know this guy looks like he's a bleeding heart liberal, But the ACLU will take them down because that's a major invasion of privacy. You can
Big
say what
time.
you want to about the ACLU, but they're going to look at this and be like, there is absolutely no way we're going to get behind you on this, that you're allowing people to have to show their accounts and stuff like that. You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts.
You're absolutely nuts.
So I
wanted to bring it out because the simple fact that somebody's even suggesting this as a bill is freaking ridiculous.
Actually, though, there's a part of me, I actually kind of like it because that just shows you, because I want to see what happens. Okay, everybody out there, Republicans aren't the only ones that own guns. I hate to break the news to you people out there. There's a lot of liberals and Democrats that go get
celebrities
guns.
own guns.
Can you imagine this if you had somebody? I'm not giving you my stuff. You know what I do on Facebook and stuff. You know, I'm just not giving it to you. You know, they'd be just as pissed off as the conservative Republican side would. So your bill is dead in the water.
Yeah, but and
then my thing too.
See, they think that it doesn't apply to me.
Right, to them. Yes, it applies to everybody else.
It applies to you peasants, and you people over
that's
there.
just like this whole mentality that, okay, let's make all guns illegal. Okay, but what about the criminals that have the guns? Oh, well, there's really not a whole lot we can do about that. What do you mean there's not a lot you can do about that? There's a lot you can do about that. Right. So that's my thing.
But see, if we get rid of the guns, then they won't have any guns to steal. So there you go.
Oh, there'll be plenty to steal.
I know there is,
and there's plenty out there.
Dumbass.
So it ain't gonna work. But I don't necessarily have a problem with some of these states. Maryland just passed it where they called the red. What is that, the red flag law or something? Like if they believe somebody's like mentally unstable, but there's like a process they have to go through. I just can't call a police station saying, "Hey, I think the Reverend Cuz is a little," and they're going to come and tell him he can't have his gun. No, there's a process to it. But if they determine that somebody's having a little mental,
you'd be correct. You'd be correct. I'd be mentally unstable.
What? Electric shock? Oh, hello.
Would you like to talk about Jesus? Not with you.
Oh, and I don't know. You're kind of good looking. Come on in.
All right, we gotta fix that. I need some instant stuff, not 2 seconds later.
But I do think on some circumstances on something like that, if you know, that could have probably prevented something like the Sandy Hook or whatever. You know, with these kids that are little.
See,
but that's not going to stop. That's not.
See,
it doesn't matter what you do.
The problem with that one is his mother knew about all this other stuff. She didn't do anything to report him or make sure there were no guns that he could get a hold of.
Exactly.
So that was her dumbass.
Yeah, and she paid the price too, along with all those kids. But you're right, absolutely.
Yeah, but let's take guns out of people who actually know how to use them, and who will use them, you know, within the law.
Right.
Responsibly, but no, we're going to take them away.
Well, it's like we keep saying, we've said it ad nauseum on this show. You know, it's like, okay, look at these cities that ban handguns, where handguns are illegal. Chicago, D.C. I think D.C. you can have handguns now with a permit, but like Chicago or whatever. And look and see who's got the highest murder rate.
Yeah, but good luck getting one of those.
Exactly. But look who's got the highest murder rates in the United States. And what were those murders done with? Handguns. By criminal and gang members.
Unless you live in London, then they had tons of murders by stabbings.
By knives.
So criminal element is criminal element.
Yes.
All right.
When somebody wants to kill, they're gonna kill. Just like caveman, bash over the head with the club. Bonk.
We're gonna talk about that next week.
Yes. That's why I talked about the whole other thing with Kaepernick too. So. We're done with news.
We're done with news.
That was a long news.
Was it?
Yes.
We're looking at time.
We are got 20. Well, let's ask our producer.
Producer, what are we looking at on time there?
We've been on for 40 minutes.
Woo! Whoa!
40 minutes. Yes.
Holy rat!
Yeah, we got another game to watch.
All right.
So let's rock and roll.
Let's go. Let's skip the third. Let's skip the middle one. Let's do the first one and the last one.
That'll work.
Is that all right, Miss Producer?
Got it.
Good. So the pictures will be ready. All right. So first topic. This one I love because it's stupid. So Western tourists head to war-torn Afghanistan for authentic travel experience.
I want to be that travel agent. I want to be that travel agent.
Do what? So, what's happening is they have jackasses backpacking across Afghanistan for a authentic travel experience.
Oh.
Do what?
Yeah, that's authentic, all right.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So,
Okay.
So when you talk about people who've been there, it's not like this big oasis with Airbnbs and
Right.
stuff. It's people.
Well, between that and that.
And this.
That, too.
So
It's a combination of all three.
It's a war-torn country, for one. Number two, there are insurgents in there that kidnap people either to hold them to ransom or to make an example out of them by beheading them. Okay? Hello? Are you nuts?
Stupid.
Yeah, that is.
How many? Okay,
Oh
how many?
My gosh.
How many people have been? I don't know how many people, but how many times we have to see videos on YouTube by these radical nuts cutting off the head of these, and these parents are back here like, we need. Oh my God, what happened to them? And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen to them? It's like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go head to Kabul, and maybe hike into Pakistan. I think that's going to be great.
Yes, there are people.
And it's like,
There are decent people in Afghanistan that are fighting against, yes.
but
However,
it's not a tourist destination.
And besides, you got everybody in Afghanistan. You got the Taliban, you got freaking ISIS, you got everybody's
Right.
out there, and they're looking for Americans or not even Americans, just
Western
non-Muslim
right.
people.
Just to prove a point.
They're over there killing their own people.
Right.
Okay, what do you think they're going to do when they find your dumb ass? So anyway, you have Dutch tourist Syrian Bar wanted to see Afghanistan, and he wanted to do it in the most.
I think that's supposed to be Kieran, but
Kieran, whatever. And he wanted to do it in the most authentic way he thought possible. He says, you feel like you get a more authentic feel for the city so you don't get trapped in the tourist hotspots. You ain't getting trapped in a tourist hotspot. You're getting trapped in a Taliban basement somewhere with,
that was a IED.
with a bag over your head. You dumb son of a
somebody's got a
bitch.
dull razor cutting your head off on live TV.
Oh my gosh. This guy's 24, so again, there we go. And so a diplomat in Kabul says you could end up with the Taliban who has it's naive and reckless. And this guy has been, they don't name him, but he's a diplomat who's been involved in negotiations with trying to rescue kidnap victims. Hey, dumbass, go see the Grand Canyon. Go see the freaking Hoover Dam. Or even go into Europe or something. You're freaking Afghanistan, you dumbass. And oh, by the way, what the hell is there to see in Afghanistan? Some buildings with holes in them?
Right. Or it looks like you're on the surface of the moon. I don't know if anybody's seen, other than the northern part of Afghanistan, and there's poppy fields.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we know why they're going over to get the poppy field.
Woo!
But it looks like you're on the moon. It is so rocky and desolate, and that's why there's no buildings anywhere. You can't build nothing there. It's a big piece of rock.
Craters.
Yes. It's a dirt rock, and no wonder they're mad. I'd be mad too. if I had to live there. That's what I always said about Iraq. It's like where I was at in Kirkuk, and I was like looking around out there, and I saw some of the buildings, and I'm like, you know what? If I had to live in this shit, I said I'd be fighting somebody too. I'd be angry.
I'd be fighting everybody.
Yep, I'd be angry all the time.
Where's my thing?
Oh,
where's my fighting thingy?
Oh, we'll have to see.
Son of a rat's behind. Oh, you want to know what you're gonna get out? Here. This is what you're gonna get over there when you go.
Bugs.
There's shit everywhere, and they don't. And you know what? You want to get a taste of Afghanistan? Go to San Francisco. Because they got shit everywhere else too.
Yep, they have this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this.
They're not gonna have that. They don't have running water.
Yeah, they don't have running water over there. But where's the little other one? They have a little bit of this.
Jackie loves it.
Jackie loves the barfing.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna go there and look at and go see the wineries.
I know.
We're gonna get some baguette and some cheese and have some wine in the middle of Afghanistan. Oh, what are we gonna have a band?
Oh, you're gonna have a band, all right.
A Taliban.
Oh my gosh.
They could see lots of fireworks.
They got
There'll be fireworks, all right. Just don't want to get close to them.
Oh, these fireworks are so realistic. It's so much. I've got stuff all over me. It's like red dye. No, that's blood, bitch. Somebody just blew up.
Oh, here comes. Oh, look, Reginald. Here comes the finale. As a car gets blown in half.
Stupid people. You sit there and you think about it. It's even back. Well, let's go back. Let's hop in the time machine and go back in time. There was only one reason, and one reason only, that anybody would travel to Afghanistan for like touristy type reasons, and that was back.
Get some dope.
Well, besides that, that's when that's up north in the poppy fields. But no, they used to have built into the side of the mountain. I don't know if you remember. They used to have these carved statues from I can't remember what religious sect they were a part of, but they had these huge statues carved into the mountain, and it was beautiful. And it was, a lot of people went to go see, just like they go to Egypt and see the pyramids and the Sphinx and stuff like that. They went and saw that. But when the Taliban came in, and they, with this whole strict Muslim thing, they blew every single one of those statues up. Blew them up. And we're talking, these statues were like thousands of years old.
Yeah, and they don't care about the history. No. They don't care about history.
No, they want to erase.
It's not Muslim history.
Right, well, they want to erase history because they're like, that's not... we want to make sure you don't remember that because we want you to remember our Muslim history. What we're teaching you now.
Kind of sounds like liberals over here. Because they want to get rid of all the Confederate soldier statues.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying you got to praise them, but the thing is, if you erase history and you don't see reminders of how things used to be, then you're never going to repeat them. You're never going to know how good you have it or how good things are now,
right? As
opposed to back then. And I don't get my soapbox. These stupid ass people.
So anyway, with this idiot with the Taliban,
yeah. So
or the Afghanistan, but
Afghanistan.
I kind of get away.
It's like the diplomat said, it's naive and reckless, and that's exactly what happened to Caitlin Coleman and Joshua Boyle. Excuse me, they were backpacking in Afghanistan in 2012, and they were snatched by the Taliban, kidnapped. They were eventually freed 5 years later, along with their 3 children who were born in captivity. Yeah, that's where I want to raise my children, in the Taliban. You freaking dumbasses. Oh. Yeah, let's raise it. So, but then Barr says, this idiot, things can go well 9 times out of 10. It just takes that one time when things go wrong. But so far, nothing yet. Oh, it's going to be your time. They chop your freaking head off, you dumbass.
This is what I look at it. We like to sit there and say that in stories, reading stories like this, what does it do? It ultimately gets rid of the stupid people.
Population control.
Population control. So this is my thing. I think we're going to set up a conformity antidote. We're going to look into it. A conformity antidote travel agency. And it'll be to all the popular tourist destinations that I think Mr. Barr would like, such as Afghanistan.
Yes.
We'll do a little bit of Iraq.
Yes.
Maybe a little Iran.
Yes.
Syria, I heard, is beautiful this time of year.
Yes, it is.
Syria. Libya.
Yes, definitely.
And how about, and if you want to stay out of that whole desert sand motif, we can even send you down to Africa to see our friends in Darfur.
Yes.
And what's that other place?
And you go to like Nigeria, we get the Boko Haram.
Nigeria. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What's it, Boko Haram or whatever they are?
Boko Raton or something. Oh, that's a city.
Boko Raton, that's a Florida, you dumbass.
We're going to send you to see Boca Raton. Oh, yay. That's the West Palm Beach. Harem or something like that. I don't know.
Whatever. Baccarum, whatever.
And they love the West.
All the young girls.
Yeah, they love Westerners.
And we might throw a special in there.
Okay.
Don't forget Yemen.
Oh, Yemen. Gotta love Yemen.
Yes.
I remember that there was an episode of Friends. Remember that where Chandler was just a real side note, when Chandler was trying to get married, and he's like, I gotta take a trip to Yemen, and he's like, and he actually had to take the trip to Yemen. He's like, I'm going to Yemen. Now that was back in the '90s, and that was scary prospect.
Scary enough.
Now that place is like the Wild West over there.
Wild West.
Well, and you got the Saudis over there fighting, and all kinds of Iranians over there fighting, and so, Mr. Barr, we're going to set up our conformity antidote.
Yes.
Travel agency for people like you.
Yes.
And
so here's the thing: they can't even stand each other. They're fighting with each. They're all Muslims, and they're still fighting with each other. What do you think they're going to do when they see your little lily white ass?
Well, and the biggest thing with them too is when they are so programmed that they believe all Westerners are loaded. They believe every single Westerner is like a millionaire. So what do they all need over there? Money. And that's why they kidnap and they hold people for ransom because they want that money. They think everybody's a millionaire. And they're not going to let you go until they get something.
And you're just this poor-ass, dumb student backpacking.
Right.
They're not going to believe that you don't have any money.
Right. Stick to backpacking in Eastern Europe. That's dangerous enough.
Go backpack around like Scotland and Ireland. That's a beautiful country, man. Don't go to freaking Afghanistan.
Well, I was even thinking go to like the Slovakia or someplace like that, or the old Europe.
You want to get a little taste of some crazy crap like that, but it's not half as dangerous. Go to like Bosnia and stuff,
right? Or Chicago.
I
tell you what, go backpacking through D.C. away from the monuments.
just watch them taking that wrong alley in Chicago.
Chicago. In D.C., if you turn one way, you get this.
You gotta be a little quicker on that.
I know. Or if you go the other way in D.C., you get a little bit of this. Hey, where you're from out of town, aren't you? Come on, we're having a big parade.
Yeah. Hey, I'm over here. Hello, Frisco, but this is DC. We got our own.
DuPont Circle.
Oh,
right here in the circle.
And they call it DuPont Circle, but we just call it a little daisy chain. Ride the train.
It's a shame we don't have a
if I have to be in there, I'm the caboose. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. I don't know. I want to be the.
Well, you'll be the coal car.
And they'll be. Never mind.
I'll be shoveling the coal too. Anyway.
All right, next story. We got 5 minutes.
All right.
A little bit, 5 minutes left.
Easy. Don't.
I know.
Don't you rush me.
I'm not rushing you, but I need to get off this subject because we were going right here.
Oh, so when's the first? Oh, so when have you been the
I know
the moral compass to get off of a subject?
I get blamed. Everybody's like, Tex,
because you do.
Took it right to the toilet.
Because you do. We got documented evidence. All right. Anyway, so we're going from dumbass
backpacking in Afghanistan
to not much better, and we're going to talk about PETA. All right. PETA is criticized for equating anti-animal language with racism and homophobia. Yeah, exactly. What? Phrases that trivialize cruelty to animals will vanish as more people begin to appreciate animals for who they are. And words matter. They hurt. And as our understanding of social justice evolves, our language needs to evolve with it. So here's what these dumbasses are coming up with.
What is that?
So it's a chick on a pretend grill. And it says, meat is murder. Try vegan. Hey.
You know what? I thought you'd take her down to Papua New Guinea. And I bet you all the natives would be like,
yeah, they put her on the spit. Oh, look how quick that is. Look.
That was quick.
That was quick. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's strange.
Anyway. So PETA, look. If you want to be a vegetarian or a vegan, I understand it. Then do your thing. I'm also not. So I grew up, at least in the initial part of my life, on a farm. I'm all for free ranging, livestock, chickens, and everything. I don't think you should box anybody up.
Right.
I don't agree with that either. However, but I do agree with eating them,
like we did this afternoon.
Yes. Well, we went all you can eat riblets at Applebee's.
Riblets.
The only time you'll see Tex and myself at Applebee's,
right,
is when they have the all you can eat riblets.
Correct.
And
we tore some of them bad boys up.
That's right.
I love the don't skimp on the meat.
That's right.
They were meaty bones.
They were meaty.
I love the meat.
So the point is, if you don't want to eat, that's fine. But when you get this kind of stupidity, when they're trying to compare like racist and homophobic language or rhetoric to animals, whether like gay dogs running around and hey, ruff.
Well, there are these little. I always thought they were a little suspect anyway. They like sniff butts and stuff.
Who doesn't?
I don't.
How you think I got my wife? Oh, good thing. Good thing she doesn't listen. She'll be mad. All right. So there are a few phrases that we all know that we all use that PETA want to change. Okay. Now these are
because they're racist and stuff.
Yeah, they're and homophobic. How do you get homophobic against animals? What the? Anyway. So these are the ones. These are some that they actually came up with. No lie. All right. Instead of saying "kill two birds with one stone," we should say "feed two birds with one scone."
I would say like feed two birds an ice cream cone.
Oh. What if the birds are lactose intolerant?
You get a little bit of that. Oh, look up, mate. Get a little bird poop on your head.
I can't believe that. Yes, they This came out of their, what do you call it? Like their media people. They actually put this out. Okay. Instead of saying, be the guinea pig, they should say, be the test tube.
That one can be very tricky. Hey, I'm going to be the test tube. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
And depending on who you say that to, that could go sideways very quickly.
All right. Instead of saying beat a dead horse, you should say feed a fed horse.
Correct me if I'm wrong, PETA, but how can you feed a fed horse? They're not going to be hungry.
You're overfeeding them.
They're not going to eat.
They're not going to eat. they're going to do that. Okay. So that's force. You know what? That's force feeding.
It is. That's bad.
That's bad.
PETA.
PETA. Pumpkin eater. All right. Instead of saying bring home the bacon, we're going to say bring home the bagels.
Now see,
hey,
I have a problem with that. That is very wrong, because you know what? You know what a bagel indicates? A bagel indicates a 0, an O. And a lot of people equate bagels with zeros. So it's like, honey, I'm bringing home the bagels. Oh, so you ain't bringing home nothing? You ain't bringing home shit for your family? You ain't got nothing for us? How about you get that? Take your luggage. Get the hell out of my house. And take everything out with you.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen when you say take out the bagel. Or bringing home the bagel or whatever.
And you might be making fun of Jews. It's anti-Semitic.
Who? I am not.
No, I'm saying that's what that is.
Oh.
When they talk about doing the bagel.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about me.
You got a little... You got a little Nazi guilt there?
That's not funny. No.
We're not bringing up...
Nicht.
He's been having meetings. I'm just saying. All right. Last but not least...
But I like bacon, though.
Who doesn't like bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Instead of saying take the bull by the horns, we should say take the flower by the thorns.
Every rose has its thorn.
If I had some really...
Just like every cowboy sings this sad, sad song.
Okay, that's not the words.
I thought it was.
No.
I know I skipped a couple verses.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Every rose has its thorn.
It does. And it's a horrible song by a horrible band.
Well, it was real big when it first came out. Now you're like looking at it, you're like,
it was still horrible.
Everybody started playing it at their weddings. Oh, I'll play this at my wedding. We're going to dance to it right after the chicken dance.
So everybody, should we go into then maybe we should. Maybe real quick.
What?
Now, if you listen to our previous podcasts, we talked about this, but real quick, we had a friend get married who he was like some goof redneck, or he wasn't really redneck, but he's like goof from
country. He was country
from Walkersville. Married a girl whose father was a doctor out of Potomac, Maryland. Mm-hmm. And Potomac's like, ooh.
Oh my,
Potomac's. Mm-hmm. So during the wedding, her father said, absolutely, positively, will you never play the chicken dance at this reception?
Right, they had a live band.
And they said, you never. And, oh, by the way, you couldn't even get like a bottle of beer. You had to pour it in the glass. All right?
Yes.
So, I don't know who it was, but somebody went and paid the band. It's probably his father. His father actually had money. Mm-hmm. He owned some different businesses. I bet it was him, because that's the kind of guy he is. I bet he went and paid the band like a couple $100, said, play the chicken dance. And when that band started playing that dance, you've seen the face on the bride's parents. They were petrified, and they're like,
yes.
and then we all ran out there.
Well, see, that was what the funny. That was what the funny thing was. All of us country hillbillies from Walkersville went running out there. I didn't. I don't dance. But everybody went running out there, like all the groom's side of the family. They're like, woo, woo. And next thing you know, you see members on her side of the family in their little Halston dresses. Their Halston dresses and stuff. Oh, look, Elihu. They're doing the chicken dance. Come on, let's go.
Let's flub a chicken.
Let's just stuff on the dance floor. I've got some feathers coming up.
Let me take off my heels because I'm getting down. But that side of the family had a ball.
Yes. And the bride's dad was hot. And I think he actually went and talked to the band after they had like a break or whatever, and he went and talked to the lead singer.
Yep. And it was and we finished off the night at the McLean Hilton. We're all drunk on the stairs of the McLean Hilton with beer cans and cases of beer drinking.
I know, we're drinking outside, right outside by the doors, and just sitting around talking, and we're in our suits. Okay, we didn't have time to change. Even though we were staying at the Hope, we were staying there. We had rooms upstairs. But we were like in our suit pants and ties, dress shirt. And they had the staff of the hotel was great. The staff was great because every time they'd come out and they're like, oh, should we move or whatever? And the guy, I think the one manager, the one night manager was like, he's like, no, your guys are fine. Just if somebody's coming in, don't block the doors or whatever.
Like,
but he's like,
want a beer?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you guys are good. It was dead, other than us.
But there was a few people that came in that were checking in, and we were offering them beers, and the one dude, and his wife looked at him, and he's like, hey, free beer, free.
No shit. Even though I think we had what did we have then?
Probably Natural Light.
Either that or Bud Light or something. I know, Barf
or Keystone.
Keystone. Oh, don't say anything about the Keystone. Keystone.
Oh, Keystone.
Don't do it.
As you see, Jackie really loves the vomiting stuff.
She does.
But,
okay,
but so let's
PETA.
go back. Let's close with this whole PETA thing.
All right. How do you get racist and homophobic rhetoric towards an animal?
Right.
Hold on. I think the idea is that they're just equating it with that. So it's all like negative language. They're not saying that the chickens are homophobic.
I realize that. My point is that is the verbiage they use as what they're comparing it to, and it has no bearing. It's 6 degrees, like we said upstairs. 6 degrees of bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And I should know.
It doesn't close. I understand they're comparing the type of language and the overall feeling or whatever, but it's stupid. PETA's stupid. If you don't want to eat meat, then don't eat it.
Well,
then shut the hell up.
Well, my thing is this too. How many people still actually use a lot of those sayings anyway? I mean, I haven't used one of those. I think the last one I used. Now I'm wondering what PETA would say about this. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. What does that mean?
Oh, that means the horse.
Is that bad though? I've said that before.
It's a gift.
I haven't said any of these others since I was like a little. I think they stopped saying those back in like. My mom still says something like that, and she's.
Yeah, but even if you use it maybe once in a blue moon, do you ever use it again?
Well, and there was like no negative. It wasn't like necessarily like you were gonna go out and kill animal or something like that. We didn't take that context with it. And animals, and then one other thing: if animals could actually understand what the hell we were saying, and we could understand what the hell they were saying. Maybe I'd stop. They don't They look at us like, "What the hell are you talking?" You ever talk to your dog or cat? They're looking at you like, "What the hell are you saying?"
Especially dog. Well, cats don't even. They'll turn around and walk away. Yeah. Stupid ass cat. Take that, PETA.
Oh, there you go. What's that say? Error.
I don't know. It's an error. It's an alert. Something. I don't know.
Alert. Oh, we lost the kitty.
Oh, round. Oh, there it is. Oh.
Goocher.
Chihuahua. Ay, Chihuahua. Oh, ay, Chihuahua.
Well, there it is. I thought we lost that.
It's back.
I really could have used that for the backpackers.
What would you use for backpackers?
Oh, because I was good. I can't do it now.
Okay.
It's we're too far past that point.
Was it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes.
It was a toilet.
But you know what? Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? If you want to be vegetarian, fine. I'm going to tell you right now. The good Lord did not put these animals on the planet to be pets and to sit there and stare at them.
Especially this one.
And can you imagine if we let these animals just like, nobody touched them? It was like against the law to kill any of them. We would be overrun. We would be having like animals like living in our house.
And you have a lot of this.
Right.
With the cows.
Oh, yeah.
All methane.
Yeah, methane. Oh, yeah. Now, see, that's what I'm wondering what they say.
Then the environmentalists would get on them.
Right. I was going to say, a lot of these PETA people are like environmentalists. And they'd be like, oh, you're killing the ozone. Let's make some hamburgers. I want some steak. Oh, you can't do that. Go hug a tree.
Okay, hug this. Plants? And paint it green. Oh, catch it, paint it green.
Yeah, catch it, paint it green.
Okay. Okay. So, Peter, you're stupid.
Yes.
And if anything, if you have here, start with this. If you have people or companies or whatever that's slaughtering or that keep animals in the cages and tight, why don't you start protesting them and deal with that?
Right.
And the rest of the stuff, just leave it alone until it gets to whatever, because you're never going to outlaw meat.
No.
Because otherwise we're going to start eating your ass.
Yes. Like this young lady right here.
I'm
telling you right now, if you go to Papua New Guinea, honey,
that's my favorite right there.
You look good with barbecue sauce.
You end up New Guinea.
Oh, I'm sure they come out. They have their homemade barbecue sauce. Hey, for those of you who don't know, it'll be just what happened to Jay Rockefeller when he went over there, and they have yet to find him. So if you don't know that whole story, read the story behind Jay Rockefeller and his little trip over to New Guinea and the possibility of things that happened to him while he was there. Mm-hmm. So there's actually a movie out that's loosely based on that too.
Loosely.
Yes.
Very loose.
Hey,
yes.
I was just thinking that if the government shutdown doesn't end soon, we might not want to eat our meat. Because there's no inspectors.
There's nobody inspecting the stuff. Cook it. That's all I say.
Well, they probably weren't doing such a good job anyway.
I know. They just look at it. They're like,
bah. Because why are we getting salmonella anywhere? Like lettuce.
Yeah, it's in the lettuce.
I know.
Romaine.
And I like my Caesar salad. I know. I have my Caesar salad.
Or you get salmonella, you get something else.
Stop it.
All right.
So, PETA, shut off.
PETA pumpkin eater.
Yes.
All right. I think we're good.
Are we good?
I
think so.
We're done.
Yes, we are.
And so now we get ready to go have some sloppy joes.
Yes, some sloppy meat. Some meat. More meat. Boy, we're gonna have our fill of meat. We had pork in the daytime. We're having some beef tonight. Mm-hmm. All that missing is some chicken and fish.
Right.
Fishes don't really count though.
No.
All right, but anyway, so thank you all again for joining us on another wonderful episode of Conformity Antidote. Mm-hmm. And all of our listeners, I saw Vivian, I saw Jen on there. Thank you all for joining us. And we should look forward to seeing you again next weekend. Well, I think we're at the same time. Or are we gonna go? We're gonna stick to 7 maybe next weekend. You'll let you.
Yeah.
Cuz will let everybody know.
Yeah.
But
just look on the Facebook and we'll let you know.
Yep.
We might change it. Who
knows? Until then, this is Deacon Tex. Saying.
And Jackie.
Oh, and Jackie.
Oh, Jackie. Yeah, Jackie, do you want to sign off on your own?
Goodbye.
Okay, well. That's
one with a few words, but very impactful.
Yes.
So, for me, God bless. Make sure you check us out next week because we're going to be talking about the attack on traditional masculinity.
Well, it's just the attack on men in general. Mm-hmm.
And so here, make sure we want a lot of the female opinion on this. All right, so next week is going to be a very, very interactive episode. It might even bleed over until the following week. It might be a two-parter.
Yeah, we can make it our Super Bowl weekend part 2
miniseries.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we just bleed off into that, and maybe a little small show. But we were talking about might do Saturday on the Super Bowl weekend.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll just but anyway, check us out next week, especially the ladies, because we do want to get your input, and we're going to be really interactive on this stuff about how they're attacking men. And I know the ladies that listen to our show, or watch our show, don't want little puss-ass, snowflake little bitches for men. Because they're painting us as Neanderthals, but we'll get into that.
Yes.
And anyway, so thanks for joining us today. Merchandise store is still open. Still stuff available.
Coffee mug.
Like we said, our stuff goes up in value.
Yes.
Anyway.
I think it's gone up a whole half penny.
If that.
It's
going down. Anyway. So, thanks for joining us.
Depends on what's in it.
Yes. God bless. We'll see you here next week. Love you all. And so long.
Goodbye.